again, I am a firm believer, based on my experience, like, people are out to get you. They're out to get you. He also, if he committed these crimes, he's sort of brilliant. Be like, they're coming for me in the next couple days, because you know they're coming, and then your followers go, aha, he was right. It's like a self-fulfilling who knows?
Right.
But I will say, he goes too far. Like, and yeah, you'd think rational people be like, whoa, you're crazy. But there's a lot of, and that's where anything's a slippery slope.
He's also a wild dude that lives in the world of kickboxing. And that is a wild group of people. I mean, you pay attention to like top flight kickboxers like the Badr Haris and there's some Melvin Manhoef. There's some wild fucking people in that world. That is a crazy world where there's not a lot of money and you're facing fucking straight up killers. And, there's all sorts of different personalities in that world, but it's a different kind of human. They're just wild, masculine, very aggressive people, and that's part of his shtick.
But if you want to use the word toxic masculinity, he's it.
The bad stuff that he said embodies that.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's why people are rooting for what he said to be true, because they don't want that.
Right. But you're still crazy to root for that, because you're not thinking about the victims that would be involved. You're basically, that means a lot of people were hurt.
Well, if it's true, you want them to be punished.
Correct.
Like, hoping that it's not true when it is true is not good either.
No, but...
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're hoping that it's true and it's not true, that's horrible, because you are hoping for people to have been victimized. I see what you're saying.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
I mean, you should never hope violent crimes were committed.
Right.
Period.
Absolutely. Agreed. Yeah, for sure. But you also hope that he's not accused of these things when it's just because of his bombastic personality and talking shit and getting all this attention, which he clearly has done. You got to wonder how much of it is sat. Like, when he talked to Piers Morgan, that was a very interesting conversation, because Piers confronted him on all these things, and he did a great job of explaining what he does and why he does it. And it's like the guy went viral in a way that no one has. And so quickly.
Yeah.
In a while, we're like, my 12-year-old and my 14-year-old were asking me about it.
Yeah. No, he was it.
Yeah, all over TikTok and all over everything. And if you just look at some of those
scary
little
part
clips,
in a weird way. If your 12-year-old and 14-year-old are hearing some of the outrage, like, nobody wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't even have a TikTok, I think. And he was like the #1 guy on TikTok. Crazy.
I think they probably banned him. Right? I mean, they banned him from everything. They banned him from Facebook. The only thing he's still on is
Elon,
Twitter.
Yeah, Elon brought him back.
Yeah, which, listen, I agree with. I think you should be able... I don't think banning people's the way. I think this exchange with Greta Thunberg is a perfect example of how to counteract that.
Yeah.
Like, she just mocks him. And then he gets arrested, and she has the fucking tweet of the year making fun of his arrest.
Yeah.
And a fucking perfect one-liner. That's what happens if you don't recycle your pizza boxes.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's genius. That's why it's good that someone like that is on social media, because you get a chance for people to participate in the conversation.
I agree. I go back and forth. It's because I am.
You should go back and forth, because you're a thoughtful guy.
Yeah, because it's like super free speech. Yeah, like, take Kanye, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm Jewish. I hated Kanye beforehand, but I think he's anti-Semitic. Like, the things he's saying bother me, and there's a lot of people in my mind who follow Kanye. They're rabid Kanye fans. And the things he starts saying, to me, can leak down.
What is the biggest thing that he said? I know in general.
To me, Hitler wasn't a bad guy.
That was crazy.
Like,
what did he say? What was his exact? He loves Hitler or something like that.
He loves
everybody.
He was with Alex Jones, and Alex Jones was trying.
He was also wearing a mask.
Yeah, he was trying to throw him a lifeline.
Yeah,
Alex Jones was trying to.
Alex Jones
Kanye.
was the voice of reason.
Yeah, and he's like, no, you don't mean Hitler was a good guy. He's like, no.
Well, that's not what you mean.
Yeah,
Hitler's terrible. Yeah, for Alex to have to tell him Hitler was terrible is pretty funny.
So if you're going down that way, I don't know.
I think the way he's going down is he's never. I don't think he's experienced anything like. Of course, he's never experienced anything like this, right? Where everything's taken away from him. I mean, he had to stop construction on his house. He's losing all of his money, all of his sponsorships. Everything's gone.
Yep.
All of his connections to all these businesses, connections to banks, everything's gone. It's kind of wild to see. because we've never seen that before, where a guy is a superstar and a billionaire, and he says some awful shit, and then everything's taken away from him.
And this may be Kanye's personality, and in a way, he's also. You can listen to him talk many times, be like, he's a genius, he's brilliant, like the things he's saying. What he did, which may be unique, and some could say maybe they respect, he didn't take a step back. He kept saying things, and he wouldn't apologize. And now you can be like, well, if he didn't think he did anything wrong. But in the end, it came across he's just, to me, very anti-Semitic. I mean, if you're defending Hitler, you've gone pretty far.
I think he's also mentally ill.
Well, he's bipolar. I think he said that, yeah.
Well, I think he said recently he's not bipolar, but he might be autistic. But, I mean, it's self-diagnosis. He was definitely medicated at one point in time, right? Remember when he got kind of chubby and he was like really like sedated, but then he hated that. He didn't want to be that, and then he got off of that. And I had him on the podcast, and you get a chance to see how his mind works. It's like he works in these rants, and he says something, and he keeps talking, and you got to like stop him. Wait, what did you just say? Like, what did you just say? You got to kind of bring him in, but he doesn't want to have a conversation. He wants a rant.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, remember when he sat down and ranted with Trump? Like in front of Trump, and is like saying that.
You mean recently?
No, way back in the day with the "Make America Great Again." When he was in the office and Trump's just sitting there listening to him. Kanye's saying a bunch of wild, crazy shit, and Trump's like, interesting. Like with Trump as being like the most persuasive, the best version of Trump as a manipulator and a businessman. He's like letting Kanye. Because remember when Trump got elected, they invited all these celebrities to come to the celebration. Everybody's like, fuck that.
Right.
Nobody went. Yeah. Kanye was the one guy that embraced Trump. Yeah, look at this. He's sitting there with Jim Brown. And he's like, interesting. And he's like letting Kanye rant and go off and say all this crazy shit with a "Make America Great Again" hat on.
So, like, for him, that's the thing with free speech. Like what I said.
Play some of that.
Like Elon booted him for doing the Nazi. He made a Jewish star with the Nazi symbol in it.
Yes.
And for Elon, that was the line.
Right.
So there's always a line, but that is the complication of free speech.
Yeah, he made fun of Elon. Elon said that's okay. He said, but this is not okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Which is just like, yeah. I mean, what are you doing? You're connecting the Star of David. Like, listen, play some of this.
And really, the reason why they imprisoned him is because he started doing positive for the community.
Look how Trump's like, yes, interesting.
He wasn't just one of a monolithic voice, but he could wrap people around. So there's theories that there's infinite amounts of universe and there's alternate universe. So it's very important for me